Hello everyone, welcome to our channel today. In this video, we're going to discuss the coating, how to maintain a healthy coating of your tongue. So in the previous video, we have said that the coating on our tongue is very similar to the grass behind me. So in order to have a healthy garden, actually the gardener will know more about that, how to make the garden look healthy, how to make the lawn look healthy. The first thing, we need the soil. We need to get the soil right. The second is the sun. So the grass actually is summer in South America now. The garden looks good just needs a few weeks. The reason why is the sun, the temperature. The temperature is increasing, and also the water here in Joburg, it rains a lot now. So the soil, the sun, the temperature, the water, the rain, these three. And also, my gardener also asked me to put the fertilizer early spring, or just when the climate become warmer. Always ask me to put a thin layer of the compounds on top of the grass. So this can maintain a healthy garden, or to maintain the lawn better. So as we can see from here, to maintain the grass, to maintain the lawn in your garden, you need the soil good, you need the sun, you need the fertilizer, you also need the water. So these are four aspects of maintaining a healthy garden, maintaining a healthy lawn. We always say Chinese medicine, especially in a class where I discuss with the students, I said, even sometimes the friends ask me, when you teach Chinese medicine in overseas, how do you convince others to believe you, or how to convince the foreigners, which you guys, to trust something from Asia, from Eastern, something not in your culture? I know I always told them that I don't need to convince you. I don't need to convince anyone. The reason why is the theories we discuss in Chinese medicine is the theories in nature. It's the law in nature. You knew it, but you just don't realize that's the law. What am I doing, or what does Chinese medicine and acupuncture theories do? It's actually to figure out the law of the nature, and also to apply in human life. That's why when we discuss about the theories, we discuss about the diagnosis here, but when we discuss the theories, why this phenomenon can indicate something else, can indicate this kind of problem. We always need the theories, but where does the theories come from? We didn't create it. That's why we use the garden as an example, because the coating in our tongue, this is very similar to the lawn in the garden. To maintain a healthy coating, we need a soil good. What's the soil in our body? In 5 elements, or in the organs theories, the visceral theories, the soil is your spleen. Spleen also refer to the digestive system, digestive function. So to maintain or to have a healthy coating, the first thing, the patient or the person need to have a healthy digestive function. So that's the soil, the water, body fluid, if the digestive system can function properly, the digestive system can distribute the body fluids to proper area of your body. That's the water. So that's also from digestive function. The water. From the third, the sun. From the nature, the plants, they need the sun. From our body, we need the sun. What does the sun refers to in human life? It's actually the warm condition. So we need the body to keep warm, to maintain certain temperature. Kind of temperature it's actually not very accurate to use temperature, but just to keep it warm. In other words, it is not suggested to drink ice cold stuff. Ice cold water, ice cold juice, wine, anything with ice is not suggested in most conditions. You can drink every now and then, but you are not supposed to drink every day or every meal with ice cold stuff. You're not supposed to drink raw stuff, to eat raw stuff, because these stuff is cold. You're going to make your body cold. It's sometimes I discuss with the patients from my clinic. Sometimes they will ask why we can't drink ice cold stuff. It's a very simple phenomenon in the environment. I always ask, do you water your plants with ice cold water? You can, but if you water them with ice cold water all the time, you can imagine will the plant grow well or not? The answer is not. Same as our body. If you water yourself, if you drink ice cold water, cold or raw food all the time, you eat raw food all the time, your health is not going to be well because they're cold. It's not the law in the nature, because in terms of life, human being and the plants, animals are exactly the same in terms of life. We live on this planet, we live on the ground, we must be affected by the environment. So that's the law from the nature. The law also can apply to human being. That's why we learn from the nature. The last one is fertilizer. So in order to have a healthy garden, you need the sun, the water, the soil right, but you also need a fertilizer. Where's the fertilizer in our body? It's actually it's very similar, also related to the digestive system. The fertilizer is from the digestive system, the waste. So after they digest it, there's some waste can use as a fertilizer in the body. You see, when we mentioned all these, the hot condition or the warm condition of the digestive system, the digestive function, when the digestive system function well, you can distribute the fluids well. That's why in the previous video we said when we see the tongue, when we observe the tongue, we need the tongue to be moist. That's from the water, from the soil, its digestive system itself, and fertilizer also from digestive system. So you can see from here, we actually focus a lot on digestive system because that's the root cause of a lot of problems in Chinese medicine theories, especially for the visceral theories. When you trace back to the root cause, you always can trace back to either spleen, which is digestive system, or kidney. It might be genetic, it might be from your lifestyle. So how to maintain a healthy tongue, or how to treat a patient with a tongue problem? We need to think these four aspects. also from the fertilizer. In terms of the fertilizer, when we have for example, it's a patient with a thick tongue, very thick coating. It's very similar to the garden. The grass grows too much, so the grass become very thick. In this condition, what can be the cause? There's one of the most common cause is you put a lot of fertilizer there, so the grass can grow very well, and which we don't want them to be very thick. So if we got a lot of fertilizer in the body, your tongue, the coating also will be thick, and that's not healthy. And with the fertilizer, so when we treat this kinds of patient, how can we reduce or eliminate the coating, the thick coating? We need to remove, or we need to reduce the fertilizer in the body. The fertilizer, how to reduce them? It's actually there are some different causes. One of the most common cause is the phlegm in the body. So when we treat this kind of condition, when we use acupuncture or either acupuncture or herbal medicine, when we treat this kind of problem, we will use the herbs or acupuncture points to reduce the phlegm, the dampness. So if the patient have a very thick coating, what are we going to do? We're going to reduce the fertilizer. We're going to reduce the water. Then the grass won't grow that well. That's how to reduce the coating, because if there's not too much phlegm or not too much water in the body, the coating won't grow that well. That's another way to reduce the coating, the thick coating. So for a healthy tongue, we can, to maintain or to treat the coating problem, we can see from these four aspects. One is the soil, the spleen, the digestive function, the water, the sun, the coldness or the warmness of the body, and the last one is the fertilizer, the phlegm in the body. Thank you for watching our video today. For more information, you can visit our website. See you next time.